I'm just putting it out on Twitter. Come join me live on YouTube. Let's chat about today's volatile stocks. Let's look at Apple. Let's look at the SPY. Let's look at Boeing. Let's look at Ego and more. All right, let's get this set up. Tweet it out. And we will talk about two stocks. I just did trader tip of the day, which is awesome. And we were talking all about Amazon and Ego. So I'm going to show you what I saw on those two stocks, why I like them as longs right now. And let me pull up the chat. I see we've got 3 live right at the moment. So there we go. Just a couple seconds with the housekeeping. All right. Let's pull up the charts. So I'm super excited. I just got a signal. I'm going to leave it on so you guys can see it, and we will look at these signals. Let's get this up over here. Let's transition to our charts. I hope you guys are having a great day. If you guys are new, you know what? You can put in the chat. I do request that if you all like my live stream, that you hit that like and thumbs up, please, so that YouTube will share it with more people so we are able to help more people. All right, so over here with the SPY, I left up my alert. Nikola is crossing up 1858. Let's look at that after the SPY. All right, so the SPY, we are setting newer highs. Hey, Michael, good afternoon. You must be out in California saying good morning, or the West Coast somewhere. So these are the anchored VWAPs from Brian Shannon. Love these. And I have really found that it will test usually. So we are on Thursday now. So if I bring it back to Monday, right? Many times it comes and it tests that level. It did almost yesterday. Are we going to come back down and fail below? You see how it tested from last week right here. So I keep those on watch, looking for those to be support areas. Those are anchored VWAP by Brian Shannon. Hi, good afternoon, Daniel. All right, so with the SPY, right, we have this little island here. We have a couple different islands of trading, right? We have this area. It's not the best drawing. You know what? Get rid of that. I need almost like a little line. How about if I go here? This might be better. Lines. No. All right, I'm just gonna have to do it here. So we have the island like right here and down to here. So we have a gap here and we have another gap here, right? So there's 2 gaps that have to be filled on the SPY right now. They have not filled this gap and they have not filled this gap, which is unusual. Many times we will see that the gaps do get filled. It has been kind of choppy, 1 up day, 1 down day, 1 up day, 1 down day. And if you guys don't already know, that I do also follow the dark pools, right? So I look up the prints that have been happening and track them throughout the day and follow those. Hello, Artemio. And so we're seeing some dark pool prints. Obviously, we're up at new highs, right? That's not unusual. Remember that every time that we have a new high, that's a potential for potential correction. They're sucking people in. There's some short squeezing that's happening because shorts always want to peg the top. However, we need to wait for the chart to show us. Like right here, we had a bit more of a pull down. This day, the shorts were like, yeah, we're all right. We're going to short the market now. It's going to go down because we failed with a lower high over here. Psych, squeeze the shorts up. And now we're at new highs. So, in my opinion, in shorting the market, wait for the chart to show you, really, right? We do have lower volume. Typically, lower descending volume is a signal that a potential reversal will be happening. Love all this CMT stuff, right? Higher volume as well. We might be pausing here, and it could very well go to the downward side. We will have to see. Let's look at the Qs as well. And we'll look at Apple because Apple is very interesting as well. Qs setting up higher strength. We broke above. We are setting all-time highs. Again, for NASDAQ, let's check out the Russell, right? So the Russell 2000 is the bottom 2/3 of the 3,000 stocks in the Russell 3000. We do look like we're testing the former highs today, set just 30 cents shy. Are they trying to suck people in? We had a little bit of a diamond back here and surged above it. Now we're going to, I'll check out AMTX. I'll put that on too. So, and the diamonds, we broke above 3,000 again. And now we're in this ascending wedge, right? Or ascending triangle. This is a trend line from back earlier in the year. This is a 1 day. I'm messing around with different indicators, so don't mind that stuff. And so we have a bit of an ascending wedge. Will this fail? Looks like it's gotten a little bit steeper right here. Let's move this over here. So if we look at that, let me extend that to the left side as well. I'm always curious to see where they extend. No, it didn't really. I mean, it acted as resistance here, and now it's acting as support for this trend line. So will this fail and pull back? The small caps, or the Dow, obviously top 30, Boeing is in here. So no wonder that this is surging with Boeing 30 stocks, right? We saw that the VIX started to rise today. The VIX is going to be that indicator of the put buying on the S&P 500. So we rose up. We were not able to overtake the high yesterday of 1738. We came 6 cents short. However, it seems potentially like there's a lot of activity and volume here. Are we going to be setting up somewhat of a curved bottom on the VIX? It almost looks like a W pattern is setting up right here, right? We have a bit of a rectangle pattern that we're looking at. So maybe I'm going to set an alert over here for if this breaks out above 1742. VIX is not an instrument to trade, but one to watch. Hello, Hamish. So I'm going to set that alert. Let's set it at 1750. Alert 1750. Hey, if it's going up above, we're likely going to have a little mini correction on the market because the really big guys, people are going to be buying puts. The VIX will surge. The fact that it is so low means that they're anticipating a smaller move in the S&P 500 over the next 30 days. All right, I'm going to throw some CMT stuff out at you. The price of the VIX times the square root of 12 is the percentage move of the S&P that's estimated over the next 30 days. All right, throwing out those calculations. Bull put spread, sell 365 strike, and buy 363 strike for December 4th for a $18 credit, 100 collateral. Awesome. Thanks, Wall Street broker. All right, so let's look at the stocks for today. They start all the way down here, but let's check out gold because gold, I got to show you Ego first. Let's look at Ego. I mean, this is looking awesome, right? Gold is bouncing up. We're starting to see the moving averages come up. Let's look at the gold futures. I don't pay for them here because I don't trade them, but I do watch it, right? Came all the way up to 1848 over here. We're at 1836, so it's pulled back a little bit. And we have this downward channel. So it really would need to break out above roughly 1870 now. I'd said 1880 last week, 1870 before it moves to the upside and really surges. But here's what I like about Ego. Check out this. Seasonality for Ego, right now it tends to pull down and then surge back up. The Canadian one looks nicer, even though it's still, they're the same company, right? So Canadian Exchange, it's ELD.to, and the US version is Ego. So I like this one for trading gold. It's not, you know what, Mark, with that, let me go back and show you, right? On the daily, yeah, it looks like 1921, but let's go back to the monthly. Who doesn't like a nice cup and handle? You guys see this? Look at this giant cup and handle, right? Hey, on this, we've started breaking out already, but we need to break above that 1870. You know what? I'm going to set an alert. Alert 1870. So it's a giant cup and handle. If we're looking at the big picture, this high to low is roughly 700, I think, right? No, even more. To the rim is over here. 1800. So 828, 750 right there. That's really the rim, right? Yeah, over here, 750. So that is the depth of the cup. If we add that to the breakout price, 750 plus 1870, 2019.20 plus 7, 26.20 would be my target. Longer term. These are monthly candles, right? So 26.20 would be my estimate up here. So this has potential. It's been basing for a long time. On the bigger picture, we could really have a major move. So really excited about that. And let's look at Boeing. So Boeing, amazing day today. On my list, if you guys do get my list, let me take it off the monthly and put it back to the daily. My watch list is set up for day trades. Hey, if it goes above this level or below this level for 10 stocks, then that likely higher probability trade is to the upside here. Yes, did we break 229? We sure did. Nice $12 up there, right? Or break down below over here. Yeah, Mark, it might not take that long if there's a bunch of shorts that think that in the short term, newer traders that think that the SPY is just going to drop like crazy, right? If those short-term traders, the brand new traders, because we've seen more traders that have entered the market this year than ever before, then those short-term traders could really get squeezed and really cause a big move. Much like with XPEV, NEO, Lee, they thought they were getting it at the top, they got squeezed. They thought they were getting it at the top, they got squeezed. So it's something to consider. And for some reason, my crowd levels did not move over. So here, let's pull this here. So my 158 and 162 for today. So 162, did we break above it? You bet. Up to 164.25. Let's show you. This is what I do every day for my watch list. It is available at CJ and Trade. There we go. It's over on the right-hand side over here. And so we had Boeing, Crowd, Square, FCell, PLTR, Apple, NEO, KR, ARRY, and Aramark. KR also had earnings today, so that was one to keep and watch. So SQ, I was really watching Apple like a hawk today. Set up a put debit spread on there. Square. So Square came up, tested resistance, and it just hasn't gone one way or the other. It did have a nice move to the upside. However, it did not break out. So not really a trade on there, but that's why we wait, right? Wait for the higher probability trade. Read reminiscence of a stock operator. Fuel cell as well. Hit the $8 mark. 720 to the downside, 730. Watching that. PLTR had a nice move on it. A move up above my level right here. Hey, look. 24, yes, we had a nice move, $1.60 up above. Apple on my short list. Being patient on this one. Oh, let's take off those fibs. So looking at it, it seems like maybe it's setting up for an M up here, right? Really watching to see if we break down below 121.63. Yep, Michael, I'll add GE, crossing down, create. Okay, and so I've got that alert set up. NEO as well. Let's take a look at NEO. So NEO had a great up day, came right back to the moving averages over here, right? We're starting to see that crosses over. If you guys like TradingView, you might want to check out the EMA cross. It's pretty cool. We'll show you on the chart, hey, potential short right here. Yes, okay, we hit the 21. That's my trend reversal. Okay, let's lock some profit. Opened lower, boom. Now, potential continuation move right there. Let's turn that off though. All right, so we came up, hit the 21 EMA, and it's pulling back down. My target would be down here at 37.30 for NEO to the short side if it closes below this $46 mark. Kroger as well. So Kroger, big gap down, had a little bit of a trade earlier when it broke below 30.66 down to 30.35. However, what is that trick on TradingView you have now? Markets an EMA crossover. It's called EMA cross. and I just turned it on. So I have it with my moving averages that you know from the training pit. So Mark is now in the training pit as well. Hey Mark, what do you think about the training pit so far? Do you like it? Today I was teaching all about the basics of a stock. That's what we all are trading, right? So it's important to know. So Ari here, look at this. It's basing, has a bit of a curved bottom here. We're overextended away from the moving averages. Potential target up to $40. Right there. Had a lot of people coming in. We had Christy that came in last week. Now you're here this week. Christy is in boot camp this week. So boot camp is 2 weeks of intense training of stocks. Stocks and then options the second week, and swing trading as well. Yeah, discipline, discipline, discipline. You got it. That's how I can get up and do yoga and study and have a time schedule. It's discipline, right? When you're disciplined in life, you get a lot of stuff done. All right, so 36.60 for Aramark today, and sure enough, it surged higher, had a drawdown, and then bounced higher. I have my extended hours turned off over here. Let's turn those back on. So you can see it did pull back down earlier, and then it was sort of right in the midline. It had really high volume, but no price movement. So I thought, this is going to be a mover today. Now we have a nice reversal candlestick right here. Potential for this to come back down, and we'll see if we're able to close above. It was breaking out all-time highs. Not all-time highs, excuse me. 47 is the high, but we do have a bit of a cup and handle right here, right? So looking at that, are we going to close below $37? That would be that resistance for the daily candlestick to watch. Okay, let's go to the stocks that you guys wanted to see. WRE, AMTX. And GE. And then I'm going to call it short, and I'm going to end it so I can also continue studying. I have a meeting at 2 o'clock as well, so busy, busy day ahead. Okay, WRE. Let's check out WRE. 4 cents above. Yesterday, real estate investment trust. Right now, it hit the 425 on the daily. It's coming back down. It does seem like it's in a little bit of consolidation. Starting to see a lot of Elliott wave stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe this is A, B, C. So I'd wait for C to end. Maybe it's going to come back down to 22 roughly. Maybe it's not even going to come all that far. Maybe it'll come down to 22.74. But I would wait for what looks like to be the beginning of wave 1 again. Right now, it does look like it's in a corrective period right at the moment. And I would wait on that one. Maybe it'll just come back down here to 22.70 for WRE. Okay, AMTX. Let's look at this. AMTX, big move today. Let's put this on a 15-minute chart over here. And sorry about missing yesterday. I did have a 2-hour training with somebody. So, okay, 270 to 290. This looks like it had a crazy run in the morning, likely a short squeeze. It had all this consolidation. It gapped up, filled the gap, and now selling pressure coming back down. Let's do this as well. Let's throw on a little Fibonacci. Where did it stop roughly? Oops. Right there, 274. As long as 274 holds, which is also roughly that 21 EMA right now at 273, I would look for that potentially to continue in the upward trend, maybe a $4 target to it from there. And GE. Hey, Asif, how's it going? All right, GE is rocking it. Had a breakaway gap right here, continuing another gap here, filled the gap to the downside there, and now we are breaking out. Let's look at the big picture on GE. GE does a lot of light bulbs and a lot more, a lot of cooking things. On the bigger time frame, let's look at our weekly. It had a nice rounded bottom down there. You guys see it? So the rounded bottoms tend to take longer to form. However, they tend to perform better. So this has a nice move, potentially all the way up to 1325. If it can break 1325, I would also watch, obviously 1160 and 1280. Nice, Asif, congratulations. So this is nice move to the upside. I can delete this. This is no longer valid. And Let me delete that. So liking this potentially to the upside here. It's been a while since I mapped it out. Obviously, you can see, but a couple weeks ago, but we've broken out and we have this nice move that's following. We have a lot of volume down here. So, you know, maybe there's a lot of investing that happened by bigger names down here at the bottom. It's starting to get a little bit into the overbought area. However, that cannot, sometimes just because the RSI is overbought does not mean that it's going to all of a sudden crash or correct. It can be a false indication. All right, guys. So I am going to wrap it up for today. Thank you guys for joining me. I will not be live tomorrow, taking the day off after my exam to just decompress, relax after an intense week of studying. And I will see you all on Sunday for the live stream. Hi, Dave. Thank you so much. All right. I'll see you all on Sunday, roughly 1:30 Eastern. So have an amazing Friday. Carpe Profit. Seize those profits one trade at a time. And I will see you all on Sunday for my live stream then. So have an amazing weekend. Be safe and Carpe Profit. Seize those profits one trade at a time.